welcome back to my channel. I did film a video yesterday for the new Charlotte Tilbury Bronzer and unfortunately it didn't work out. The day didn't go as planned and I was doing like a check-in with it. So instead of just uploading sort of half a video, I decided to make a new sort of mini review. So I'll tell you a little bit about the product and then obviously apply it so you guys can see my first impressions and sort of what I think. Also, apologies that I've not been on YouTube for quite a few months now. I did take a little break. I think my channel's been quite inconsistent in general. But I do hope that I continue to upload, and if you do like this video, let me know, comment below, like, and of course subscribe as well, which I know sounds cringy, but yeah, I would love if you could subscribe, I guess. To prep my skin, I'm going to be using the rose water and glycerin, which is this product here. It just sort of moisturises your skin. My skin's actually not too bad today, apart from obviously some blemishes. I'm going to use the excess of the water to just put my hair back. There we go, because I'm balding. There we go. So I've already sort of prepped my skin. So to prime the skin, I'm going to be using the Smashbox Super Light Smooth and Blur Primer. I've just recently got back into using primers again because I did stop. I've never actually used this one. So I'm just going to take the little peel off. It just says Smooth and Blur, water-based and oil-free, so that would be great for my combination skin. This actually looks very similar to their old primer. I think they still do it, but I think this is the super light version. So we'll give this a go. Obviously, I'm not going to talk too much about the products just because the sort of main part of it is to talk about the Charlotte Tilbury product. I like to take a lot of primer, so I'm going to take a little bit more. Because I've got very textured skin, I really do benefit from a primer just because it smooths out my skin, which I've just figured recently. Not using one was not really working in my favour. So yeah, let's get straight into the foundation. I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Stay Naked Foundation. This is their 24-hour waitlist. This is fairly new. I think it's been out maybe a few months, so I guess it's not that new, but it's kind of new to me because I just decided to buy it the other day, and I've actually been loving it. So my shade is 20NN, and I just like to sort of dot it out. I don't use any specific amount. I just like to see how the coverage goes as I'm applying it, because one day my skin's good, the next day my skin's not as great, so obviously coverage does depend. So just sort of bring that all the way down. Like I said, I'm not going to spend too long on the base because the main purpose of this video is to talk about Charlotte Tilbury. I know I've said that 18 times, but I mean, I will be doing a sort of a more in-depth tutorial another time on sort of techniques and how I do smoky eyes and all sorts of things. Next, I'm going to be taking the Revolution Concealer and Define. This one is in the shade C8. I don't know if I'm in the camera. This one is in the shade C8, which is too orangey for me, kind of. So, but the reason being is because I use it as like a little bit of a peachy corrector. I actually got this for when I tan, if I go out, but it turns out that I use it every day, more or less. Not every day, but it's like one of my go-to concealers because it does conceal any dark circles, which I do have. I'm going to take the NARS Radiant Cream as well in the shade Vanilla, and I'm just going to go over that. I'm really running low on this. And then finally to set, I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Complexion Perfecting Micro Powder in the shade Fair 01. Recently bought this, loving it, absolutely loving it. Apparently the bronzer is like a version of the powder, but obviously bronzer form. This is beautiful for the under eye. Again, I'm just being so gentle because I'm finally getting my under eye back to how they were before. Okay, we'll just go with that, and then I'm going to set the under eye. This powder is so expensive, so I'll try not to use it every day, but it's so beautiful, it's hard not to. But I'm just going to take a little bit of that and just set underneath. Okay, so I just went off camera a second to do my mascara and my lips and just set the rest of my face with a different powder. So this is the base. This is the usual base that I'd go for when I'm going to work or if I'm going out somewhere or whatever. So I just thought I'd do my everyday makeup wear kind of, as this is when I'd be wearing the bronzer, I guess. So yeah, just talk a little bit about the product. So she released this literally about a week ago, if that. And this is like a follow-up from the other powder, so it's the Airbrush Flawless Finish. Apparently one of these is sold every minute, so that does extremely well, and I can see why, because it's such like a soft, sort of finely milled powder. Really like that. So yeah, this is the bronzer. It's bigger than I thought, really big, but yeah, it's just a matte bronzer for face and body. It says for the most gorgeous, sun-kissed and bronzed skin, and it's even got like a little illustration on there, so it shows you where to apply it, if you're sort of new to makeup or bronzer or whatever it may be. So that's what the product looks like. Obviously I've had a play with this and I'm obsessed, but I want to show you guys and obviously talk you through it along the way. Let me just clean the mirror. But that's what it looks like. So I got the shade medium, but let me just tell you how many shades. So they've got 4 shades. So they've got, let's have a look, fair, medium, let me just have a look what the other ones are. I think it's deep and dark. Oh no, sorry, so there's fair, medium, tan, and then they've got dark as well, I believe it is. Deep, sorry, wow, doing good there. And yeah, it's just got a bunch of great ingredients in it. So it's got hyaluronic acid, it's smoothing, pore blurring, creates shade, and it's perfect for deep skin tones to create the appearance of a sun-kissed bronze complexion. Again, like I said, it's inspired by the Flawless Finish powder, and yeah, that's basically what it says about it. And it just says like it's finely milled, very soft focus, very matte, and yeah, it's so nice on the skin. I'm just going to apply it with my little brush here. This one is from Millie Mackintosh range, which they don't do anymore, but anything similar I would say is great for a bronzer like this, because it's just sort of very loose. I think anything too dense is going to disturb your base and maybe apply a little bit too much product as well. So let's just get straight into applying the bronzer, which is what you're here for. So yeah, apply straight in and obviously tap off the excess. And then I like to obviously just start onto the cheek area, and I'm just going to build up some colour. I like to tap off the excess so we don't get too much on. And I think the colour's perfect as well. It's a medium shade. I mean, to be honest, given how pale I am, I probably should have gone for the fair. As far as the guidelines go on the site, like they having a picture of like who would have fair, who would have medium. But I personally just like a darker bronzer. I think it just suits me a little bit more. And I like to look bronzy and sun-kissed because I don't have a lot of colour to my skin. And you can just see how natural that is, and it just literally blends straight into the skin. I mean, obviously I do have blemishes, I've got texture on my skin, so this isn't going to look as flawless as it could on someone else, say who's got nicer skin, because my skin is just very problematic by nature. Just going to apply a little bit onto the forehead and just build up some colour, and it just blends straight into the base. You don't even have to work that hard. I'm just sort of buffing and blending the same way you would, and I think it just looks so beautiful. I think the colour's lovely. I like how it blends. I like everything. It's just so soft, and I like how large the pan is. So I forgot to mention, but this is £40, but for £40 you get that size, which is pretty good. So just to sort of give an overall review of this product, just first impressions, it's so worth the money. It's definitely like a more high-end luxurious product, so obviously you bear that in mind anyway. When you spend £40 on a bronzer, you'll know instantly that it's quite a lot of money, and you'll know whether you want to spend it or not. But I think it's definitely worth it, just because of how nice it applies. It's not cakey, it's not too heavy, it's not overly pigmented, so you can sort of build up the colour that you want to achieve. You saw that I was just adding colour, and then obviously this is the finished result. But if I wanted it subtle, I could have had it that way. I just chose to sort of build it up. It's just perfect. I'm so happy with this product. I also did wear it for around 4 or 5 hours yesterday, and it still stayed on. It still looked the same, regardless of the fact that my skin's quite oily in combination. So yeah, in review, I absolutely love this product. I would 100% recommend it. It normally takes me on first application whether I like a product and obviously how it wears through the day. And this one, I can just tell as soon as I applied it, I literally just love it. So that brings us to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed seeing like a mini review of this product. And yeah, please subscribe if you like this video and you want to see more, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! So yeah, if you like the sound of this video and you want to see what I think about the new Charlotte Tilbury Bronzer, then just keep on watching.